If Martin Luther King was here, this what he'd say to y'all. I have a dream that everybody rich and everybody poor will get along even more. I have a dream that all you niggas will stop shooting your guns and start acting rights in America. I didn't put all my life on the line for you niggas to be acting crazy in 2023. I said I'm turning over in my grave that all the time and effort I put in for you niggas to go crazy. That's what Martin Luther King would say to you motherfuckers if he knew what y'all was doing. Before I get on you niggas today, we got to rest in peace, a legend, PEE Wee Herman. Actor Paul Reubens, who came to fame in the 1980s as a children's TV star, PEE Wee Herman has died after a cancer diagnosis Monday. He was 70 years old. A lot of y'all ain't gonna make it to 70. I'm sorry. I hate to bust your bubble, but with all the poison they putting in the food, all the salt you niggas eating to increase your chances of diabetes and high blood pressure, and on top of that, the fentanyl you're putting in the body, the fake pills they got out here that's killing motherfuckers, the crystal meth, everybody ain't gonna make it. I just had to lay all the reasons and the things that could take you out in America to give yourself a chance. But anyway, let's talk about old Pee Wee. Now, PEE Wee Herman was a American actor, iconic comedian, writer, and producer who beloved his character, Pee Wee Herman, delighted generations of children and adults with his positivity and belief in the importance of kindness. He bravely and privately fought cancer for years with his trademark tenacity and wit. A gifted and prolific talent, he will forever live in the comedy pantheon and in our hearts as a treasured friend and man of remarkable character and generosity of spirit. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Coming up, Pee Wee Herman, I watched a lot of. Some people gonna say they didn't. That came up in the time I came up in, the 80s and the 90s. But you watched a little Pee Wee Herman. If you didn't see his movies, you seen something dealing with Pee Wee Herman. If you grew up in them times. The man was a motherfucker. He was all over the TV screen. See, everybody had a time in the entertainment industry to shine and to be on top. And that was Pee Wee Herman's time. Now, as that saying go, we all got to leave this planet one day. So we make the most of it and the best of it while we here. Now, I'm going to jump over to some news about a goddamn fool yesterday in Memphis, Tennessee, that walked into a Jewish school and opened fire outside. Well, let me say it right. He tried walking into a Jewish school, but he couldn't get in. Thank God that they was on top of their shit, and he couldn't get in. So when he couldn't get in, he shot outside. He fired a shot outside. Authorities shot a man after they say he fired shots at a Jewish school in Memphis, Tennessee, Monday afternoon. They were called to the Mongolian Hebrew Academy, Firestone Yeshiva of South around 12 p.m. after an armed man tried to enter the school, according to Memphis Police Assistant Chief Don Crow. That's how you know the devil is alive. Early in the morning, kids trying to go to school and better themselves and try to be somebody in this already fucked up world that we living in, and you got a goddamn sick motherfucker planning on doing the shooting and running up in the school. Police said the suspect, when he couldn't get in, fired the shots, but no one was injured. School officials gave police a photo and a description of the suspect's truck, Dodge Ram. He was driving a maroon Dodge Ram pickup. A short time later, Memphis police officers found a vehicle matching the description and stopped the driver. The suspect got out of the truck with a gun in his hand and was shot by an officer. The suspect was taken to a local hospital and is in critical condition. He knew it was over for him. That's why he stuck his motherfucking hands out and had a gun in there, because he knew they were going to pop his ass. And right now they don't have a motive or the reason why this motherfucker was going to do this. So they going to have to question him and figure out. But the students were from pre-kindergarten to 12th grade that was in this school. And the school teaches both day students and boarding students who live in dormitories. Now, I feel like this motherfucker was finna try to commit a mass shooting, and I ain't gonna lie, God was there for those children. Do you know what they would have did to the world? We already got all these mass shootings and shit going on, cocktails, breaking-in, robberies, home invasions. But for people to see their kids get slaughtered, because that's what this would have been, a fucking slaughter, and it would have been sad as a motherfucker. To see their kids get shot and lose their life, then what world would we be living in? Would it be the time for us not to come outside no more and just hibernate 24/7 because we living in fear of what crazy motherfuckers might do? No. If that would have happened, we going to have to take a stand. And we as the people going to have to start finding some type of way to stick together, no matter what the color is. Because when this type of shit jump out, it don't matter what color you is. All that matters is taking out the enemy that's causing this bullshit in our life. Whether he green, orange, yellow, black, mixed, flicks, rainbow, whoever caused the problem, we got to get rid of this shit. Now, speaking of cancer, I'm talking about a lot of old school stars today. If you don't know who these stars is, it was before your time. And actually, they was before my time. But when I was growing up watching TV, they know how they play reruns on TV and they play a lot of old shows. So if you watch a lot of those channels, you can see a lot of shit that came out a long time ago. And some of that shit was top of the line. They act better than actors today with all these graphics and AI, artificial intelligence and shit, making up roles for people sounding like him. It's not real acting. But anyway, we just got to talking about PEE Wee Herman and his death from cancer. Now we're going to switch it over to SUzanne Summers reveals that her breast cancer has returned. If you don't know who SUzanne Summers is, she played in Three's Company with Jack Tripper, that beautiful blonde motherfucker with those beautiful titties. She acted like a dumb blonde sometime when they would ask her questions on the show, but she was really smart. That was just her role. Beautiful lady. Now, she has battled breast cancer for the second time. She was diagnosed with cancer twice before, skin cancer in her 30s and breast cancer in her 50s. God damn, cancer just keep on following her. That's all this shit they putting in the food. I'm telling you. Now she's 76 years old, and she says, I've been living with cancer for decades now, using the best of alternative and conventional medicine to keep it at bay. Every time that little fucker pops up, I continue to bat it back. As one of millions of cancer patients, we do our best not to let this insidious disease control us. I find bliss in each day. My husband has been by my side every step of the way, and my family has been so supportive. Thank you for the outpouring of love and good wishes. See, that's what I'm talking about. Somebody that's keeping good spirits in a time of desperation. If you having fucked up times in your life, it's not going to do you no good to be down. Enjoy the time that you got on this planet and stay happy through all your pitfalls, because that's going to be the key that can possibly turn it around. And the time that you do have, you got to cherish it. You can't live it in misery because everything ain't going right in your life. You got to find the little things. Like that movie Denzel Washington came out with a few years ago. It's the little things sometimes that can lift your spirits in life. It ain't always the big things, but you got to look for them. Look for something that can put a spark to your day and inspire you for your day. That's what this lady, SUzanne Summers, that used to play on Three's Company, is doing. While having cancer, she is not letting it beat her up. She said, like any cancer patient, when you get that dread of this back, you get a pit in your stomach. She said, then I put on my battle gear and go to war. This is a familiar battleground for me, and I'm very tough. This is a lady. This is a strong woman in the United States of America that's taking and fight the cancer. She not giving up or quitting and throwing the towel in and complaining and moping. She fighting this shit and continue to live her life. You got to love that. You got to respect it. SUzanne Summers. Next topic. I know I'm moving kind of fast, but you got to keep up this morning. You should be halfway on your way to work. You shouldn't have been had no wrecks. You should have had time enough to eat, and you shouldn't be late. And when you pull up, don't sit your lazy ass in the parking lot for an extra 10 minutes. Go on, clock on in and get ready. You just procrastinating. You're going to have to work regardless. And if you don't want to work, become a CEO. Stop being so lazy. Get your game plan. It's going to take a lot of work to get that business successfully up off the ground and keep it afloat. Just like you put in them 8 to 10 hours on that clock for whoever owned that job you work for. Whatever you do, owning a business or working for somebody, you're going to have to put the work in. Ain't no way around it, you lazy motherfucker. If you ain't lazy, you just start clapping when I said that. You like, Legend of Comic is talking this shit this morning. I'm going to wrap the show up like this here. Do something with yourself. Do something with your life. You might just be somebody one day. You can be what you want to if you really set out to be it. But you can't be focusing on negativity. You can't be a hater all your life. You can't be watching what other people doing and looking down on them. Focus on you. Worry about you. Concentrate on you. And watch what happens.